Concerning me, peeps, what's up? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion and the MMA expert. And Paul Villarreal there joining by phone. Now, we're talking about this new, first of all personal opinion only, not alleging any facts, not casting any aspersions, all for entertainment, parody purpose. Only check disclaimers. Here's the deal. We're talking about this breaking rumor right now that Alistair Overeem is no longer in the Strikeforce Grand Prix. Now, I don't know whether he withdrew. I don't know whether or not they kicked him out. I don't know what went down. But the rumor is that he's no longer in the Strikeforce Grand Prix. Now, there's been some quotes on a Brazilian site. I think it's tatami.com. I don't know. We'll double check that. But I know this, that supposedly what Alistair said was that, you know, this meeting with Antonio Bigfoot Silva that was going to go down around September 10th, I think. Supposedly Alistair said that's too soon. He can't get ready for that. He just fought Purdue, beat him in a one-sided but tough bout back in, you know, not that long ago. And apparently Alistair says that, you know, it was too soon. And Bigfoot says, you know, hey, you know, he didn't want to say too much, and maybe he got injured, and maybe this, maybe that. But I think he said, I think Bigfoot was quoted as saying it's, quote, kind of suspect. The question is now, Alistair is the champion, and people want to see him. What happens next for Alistair? Does he go, you know, is he going to be stripped of the Strikeforce belt? Is he going to the UFC? Where does this put him with everything else? What happens next? Now, supposedly, being switched in for Alistair is undefeated Daniel Cormier. Now, I've interviewed him. He's cool. This guy's an unbelievable wrestler. He just beat Jeff Monson. Now, I think Cormier presents interesting challenges for Antonio Bigfoot Silva. Ground game versus ground game there. And, you know, Cormier is extremely athletic and very tough dude. And again, he's undefeated. Paul, what do you make of all this? What do you think is going on with Overeem? Again, it's own personal opinion. It's speculation. We don't know. We're not alleging any facts. But what do you make of all this stuff? Apparently, Alistair is out. Cormier's in. What's going on?
I'm a little bit surprised because, you know, in watching the fight between Verdum and Overeem, it didn't look like Overeem took a lot of punishment. Now, he got a couple shots. I mean, he took a couple blows, but nothing too serious. I mean, a lot of people felt there wasn't enough action in that fight. I'm not in Alistair's head. I don't know what he's thinking. He could be 100%, you know, just he needs more recovery time. I think it's a little bit interesting, and, you know, it's going to be intriguing to see how this affects the rest of the tournament. I mean, who's the favorite now? Barnett? I mean, this is interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, let's think about this. Did Alistair possibly look at that whole lineup and say, listen, I got to face Silva, who's very tough, who beat Fedor? The fight got stopped there. And so we know Alistair, I mean, we know Silva is an enormous guy. Alistair usually is coming in a lot of his fights, the bigger, more powerful guy. Not necessarily the case with Bigfoot Silva, who probably would on fight night be a good 280, 285, okay? And he's not called Bigfoot for no reason. So that's number one. And then you have to face the winner of Josh Barnett and Karatanov, both of them very big men and very tough. Did he look at that and say, you know what, I'm already the champion. If I look at this here, you know what, any of these guys could present serious challenges for me. What am I getting out of this? I'm not defending the belt. Might it hurt his financial opportunities and his record, let alone his health, if he faces those guys rather than just getting ready for the next title shot or K1 championship? Did that maybe possibly come into it? Or is he hurt? Or is this just too big of a rush? Has he been fighting too much? He's the Strikeforce champion and he's the K1 champion. What's going on with Alistair? Are there other things that he wants to do right now? Does he need a break? I don't know. Like we said, this is complete speculation. We don't know. But I want to hear from you guys out there about what you think about this. What do you think's going on? This is explosive news. This is intense news that the MMA world is talking about. And I want to hear from you. What do you make of this? Why do you think Alistair pulled? First of all, do you believe that Alistair pulled out? Number one. Number two, why do you think Alistair pulled out? Number three, what do you think of the matchup between Cormier and now Bigfoot Silva? And number four, what's next for Overeem? This is, wow, this just changes the whole situation here with the Strikeforce Grand Prix. And I want to hear from you right now. Give us the comments below. Subscribe above. I'm John D. Villarreal, the 4-time national champion and the MMA expert. That is Paul. We are Conservative Media, and we'll see you next time.